Hey everyone, and welcome back. Our last guest is a Venezuelan American choreographer and producer who has received attention from critics for his work, such as his piece Future Imperfect, and well, now for his upcoming collaboration with choreographer Julieta Valero and playwright Lupe Gerenbeck in the Arepa Coalition Project, which is an interactive and theatrical choreographic performance that combines dance, culinary, culture, storytelling, music, and theater. And we're so looking forward to that. Everyone, please welcome creator of Arepa Coalition Project, artistic director and choreographer of Dance 10 Project, Elliott Ortiz. Hello and welcome, Elliott.
Hi, Rhina. Thank you for this invitation.
Welcome back, I should say. Your projects always entice us. I mean, you always come up with them, and I gotta say they're always unique in their own form. And obviously, coming from a dance background, your contributions always come from that choreographic aspect. However, we never really introduced your skill set in really being like an arts administrator, right? Which is how you're able to produce these unique experiences, because that's what this one seems to be, a super unique experience, because from what I read, there's going to be an outdoor component and it's going to be immersive and interactive. So please walk us through it and how you even decided to honor Arepa.
Of course, yes. You know that all my pieces, in one or other way, talk about universal situation, universal problems. But this time I want to put on the stage something about my own background, about Venezuelan and Colombian culture. And when I had this idea how to put the best of our culture, so I thought to use just through the kitchen, in this case, to this very popular dish, arepa. And I also bring to the stage the situation, because it's a kind of silent fight between Venezuela and Colombia, because each of them say that arepa is from Colombia, arepa is from Venezuela, and we are going to try to find the solution of this situation.
Interesting. That's interesting. So let's just share with our viewers what the significance of arepa as a cultural dish.
It's coming from back by the time when Spanish conquered South America, and all the local and African slaves by the time were trying to survive, and they just found these amazing things, just smashing the corn and making these kinds of patties and fill it wherever they found for that. So now it becomes more easy through corn flour. But the main theme in these stories that we put on the stage is about family, it's about background, it's about memory, it's about work, it's about love, all the things that meaning through the kitchen. And all the characters are female, because even the men supposedly control the scenes, is really woman behind all the scenes. And they bring all these amazing stories about love, war, and immigration.
That's beautiful. And so thank you for sharing that, the premise in the storytelling, but the immersive part, which is what I'm really trying to visualize. From what I read, there's this experience where they're able to go outdoors. Is it a traveling piece? Like, help me understand, because I know that there's going to be culinary in it, and people are going to be fat afterwards, mi gente. So you're going to get arepas too at the end of the production. But I still keep trying to visualize it, because you do a lot of movement, and I'm like, oh, is the audience part of this now?
The main thing is we are going to transform the Gallery of El Barrio art space and using also part of the backyard into patio colonial house. And there is happening the whole thing. And there, all these women, which is a courtesy of the restaurant, provide the arepas, but the characters are there. So it's part of the experience to be around the stage and they observe all the show, whatever is happening, and also there see how they prepare the arepa because they are going to enjoy it.
Okay, now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing it. So it's part indoor, part outdoor happening simultaneously. So you get the visuals of the preparation while the actual show is going on.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's like when you see these big patios in this colonial house, casona, that you see the patio doing whatever the workers are working, and behind is the kitchen, and you see all the women cooking and preparing the meal.
Now, talk to me about this collaboration and these partnerships that you formed, with Julieta Valero and the playwright Lupe Gerenbeck. How did that come about? Like, how did you decide? Is it because of their background?
Because our friendship. Okay. I know Julieta from many years ago, and I worked with Lupe many years ago in Venezuela. Lupe started as an actress, and now is one of the very successful playwrights in Venezuela, in New York, and in France. And Julieta have been, like me, very choreographer, doing dance theater and physical theater stuff for different companies and collaborations. And
so how does this collaboration look? Like, what roles do each of you play, right? So obviously you have the playwright who wrote the actual storyline, I'm going to assume. And then Julieta and you, I know you as a choreographer as well. So is it a co-choreography, or does she choreograph certain aspects of it, like, or is it movement? Like, I'm trying to get a gist, because Julieta, for me, when I think of her work, I always think of like combative for whatever reason. Like, and you mentioned something about war earlier, like between Venezuela and Colombia, and claiming, the origins of arepa.
Yeah. When I saw in the project and I buy them, for each one, I saw to respect as an artist. So I just put my ideas and my vision to Julieta about, I want this scene, I want this is the idea for this scene, and this the other. And I leave green light to create whatever she decides. We choose both the music for each scene. And with Lupe, I just put my idea about my vision of the whole thing, and she really made a wonderful job, because she wrote this scene not as a playwright, play for theater. She wrote this as a performance, as a script for a performance, suggesting some details for the scenery, for the props, for the music, for all the scenes in between, and I try to respect whatever she wrote in the final draft.
So how many characters are in the show, and is it the same characters, and how long is the run of the show?
There are 3 main characters, which are performing by 3 actresses and singers, and other 6 characters played by the dancers. It's only one male character, which he represents like the figure as a father, as a son, as a husband, as a lover. All the figure of the masculine in all these female characters. And the whole show is around 1.5 hours.
It's 1.5 hours with an intermission, or no intermission?
No intermission.
No intermission, and everybody gets to eat at the end, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You have a partnership with an arepa bar, right?
Yeah, it's Caracas Arepa Bar was in the past the first and very, very successful restaurant just making arepa. And they set the ambient in these tiny scenes on East Village, like one of those restaurants that you found in the middle of the road. And it was very successful. Now they are still on the market. And
Nice.
so she's collaborated with us.
Yeah, I saw it. You have Chef Maribel Arujo.
Maribel Araujo.
Maribel Araujo, and I will say, I'm not taking sides or anything like that, but your partnership, the name is Caracas. I mean, that sounds like somebody's claiming Venezuela.
It's full of Venezuela, and also talking also about the casting. There is one actress and one singer from Colombia, and two guys from Italy. So that's part of the casting.
Wonderful. And so in the end, I mean, you already shared that this is about family, love, life, and food, and also culture and origins. Arepas originated from Colombia versus Venezuela. Or vice versa. I'm not taking sides, but
Yeah.
However, is it meant for someone to learn about this? Or is it just a human story that happens to incorporate this food?
It's both. We are trying to draw in a little bit what happened in our countries, and also at the same time what happened as humans, what happened as a Venezuelan citizen, what happened as a Colombian citizen, and how these two countries, which has in the past, from the past, a big story, because the main vision of Simón Bolívar was to create the Gran Colombia, which wrapped around 5 countries. But now they are separate. In one or other way, there is a staple who link both countries in different ways.
Got it. It's almost like somos primos.
Somos primos, yeah.
Right. I got it. I love it.
Yeah.
And so, before we leave, can you share how many opportunities people have to see this production?
One.
Oh my God.
One.
So,
It's only one performance, August 25th, El Barrio Art Space in East Harlem, and tickets are available on Eventbrite, Arepa Coalition Project.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for bringing it here to us, Elliott, and congratulations on yet another production. I look forward to seeing it. Once again, everyone, Elliott Ortiz, Artistic Director and Choreographer of Dance 10 Project. We were just talking about the Arepa Coalition Project, and we're going to get a taste of it. So you don't want to go anywhere, because when we return, Dance 10 Project is going to perform for us after the break. You don't want to miss.